would you do with 10K per month? So I remember I got asked this question by my business plan advisor when I first started the $7 course. You meet with your advisor like day 2, I think it is, and they just talk to you about your goals and what you want out of this. And I looked at him and I said, I'm gonna travel the world because that's my passion. That's what I've always wanted to do. Oh, it's bright. But I looked at him and I was like, 10,000 a month from promoting other people's products online and not really doing any of the legwork, the heavy lifting. I was like, yeah, right. And I told him, I was like, my goal is just to pay off some extra student loans. I've accumulated a lot of them because you guys know that I studied medicine before this, but mental health did not allow me to continue. I listened to my body and I said, okay, something's got to change. So I wanted to make, I don't know, maybe an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Didn't really have a number in mind, but I did just want something to help me get ahead of my loans because they're weighing over me. And I remember he looked at me and goes, Danielle, you know you can make like at least $1,000 in a day. And I remember as soon as he said that, I like straight up belly laughed. You know, like the actual laughs where you like, it's not faked, it's not forced. It just like happens spontaneously in response to whatever is said. So I belly laughed at him. I was like, okay. I say that, I laughed, but I also had this like little twinkle in my eye. I was like, oh, that would be great, right? What if that's me? Looking back on that question, he asked me like, what would you do with $10,000 a month? And I'm used to making that. You know, I was very well compensated for my job in the ER. But $10,000 a month from working wherever I wanted, from my phone, from my laptop, hits differently. Like, that just does something to me, and deep in my soul. Can we just take a second to acknowledge the fact that back then when he asked me what I would do if I made $10,000 a month online, I said I would travel the world. What am I doing right now? I still just sometimes can't believe that this is my life. Like, this is a humility moment for me. Like, I'm so grateful. And I've made more than that. I just hit $100,000. It sounds so crazy to say, and I'm not saying this to brag. I don't really like talking about numbers, but I did just hit $100,000. And I'm going to say this to like, you know, appreciate myself and acknowledge my work and my success here, because all of this happened. I started 9 months ago, and this has happened. And now I was able to do it while traveling the world. That's the kicker, you know? And so not only was I able to live my dream while creating an online income, but I just hit $100,000. And there are people who, some of my former colleagues who I went to school with, that's their salary working in medicine. Some of them are in family practice and that's their salary. And I made that in 9 months while traveling the world and enjoying my life. You guys, I am absolutely the most average 29-year-old female you have ever met in your life, okay? I am nobody special. And so, I almost just swallowed that fly. I have figured out how to make money online and live my dream life. You can too. I have made it my sole mission in life to help people do the same. I talked about this in a previous video, but like when I was deciding what niche to go in for affiliate marketing, I was thinking, okay, maybe the travel niche, because that's something I know a lot about. I'm really well versed in travel. I've been to a lot of different places in the world. But then I was like, no, I am so much more passionate about people stepping away from their full-time job, because the culture in America is work until you're able to retire and then enjoy life. And that just doesn't fly with me. And so there's a lot of people, also a lot of my friends, a lot of, you know, my coworkers, my former colleagues who are also working in medicine now are catching on to this, and they're thinking the same exact thing. And so my mission in life is to help people do what I'm doing and just be overall happier and have money not be something that they worry about. I can't even put into words like how happy I am that I found this, that I get to do this, and that I don't have to work in medicine anymore, because that was a huge thing with my mental health. I was just so depressed and dreading life. So I'm so much happier right now, and I want other people to experience this feeling because it's so liberating and freeing and addicting, to be quite honest, in the best way possible. And everything I learned up until this point is because of that $7 course. I can't believe it's $7. It's just chocked full of value, so much information. I learned so much from it, and I credit everything to this company, and that's why I'm promoting it. That's why I'm so passionate about getting behind this company, because of what it did for me in my life and how it has made me feel. It's such a difference. I feel like I've woken up and discovered, like I've landed, what's the word? Hit the jackpot. That's what it is. Anyways, that same training is still available for anybody who is interested, and it is still only $7. Truly, I don't know why they haven't brought up the price yet, because it is worth so much more than that. But if anybody's interested, it is in my profile for those of you who are interested.